So, interesting thing, right? Last Friday, we had the DA say that basically, I'm getting threatened because of this YSL case. That ain't really what happened at first. Y'all want to know how I know? Y'all want to know how she literally said that she was already getting threats when she stepped in the office? Man, check this out.
The Channel 2 Action News exclusive. Fulton County's district attorney is now the third high-profile official in the county who's coming forward and saying she's receiving death threats. Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis says the threats started almost immediately after taking office.
Let's be fair, square, and honest, right? Of course, we're getting threats. Every DA gets threats. You're the district attorney. You don't think these people aren't emotionally charged to act like they can have some swayance over you about what you about to do to their family members? Are you exonerated from this stuff? No. You sought the... First off, nobody told you to go serve the community as a DA. Nobody told you that. That was of your own volition. It was. So as you try to be this heroine, this gallant lady that's sitting up here and making sure that you need all your army and all these cats around you to protect you at all times, man, check this out. I get threats every day. Every day. I get threats every single day. You know what I don't do? Man, get on here. Man, I got this bottle of liquor to, you feel me, to go ahead and goddamn me, protect me at all times. Oh, y'all want the rest of the clip? I got you.
But after high-profile cases, the threats have gotten worse. And she talked only to Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark, you've been investigating this story for weeks. She says this is not only impacting her, but really at this point, everyone around her.
Now, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis confirms extraordinary measures, some she can't talk about publicly, have been taken to protect her and her family after threats. A criminal investigation is underway, and if the evidence is there, folks will be going to jail over this.
I'm much more cautious now than I've ever been in my life of paying attention to my surroundings. It's required for me to stay alive.
Fonnie Willis says she ran for Fulton County District Attorney in significant part to help victims and to prevent other people from becoming victims. But now she's become victim of threats.
What are some of the things that have been said in threats?
Basically that they're going to murder me, that the DA is going to get got.
Because of how she does her job, and she's living her life amid extraordinary security measures.
And I'm not going to be intimidated from doing it, and doing it in the correct fashion and holding people accountable.
She says menacing communications about her, mostly on social media, ramped up a lot after the high-profile racketeering indictment involving some celebrity rappers and YSL, an alleged criminal street gang.
We don't believe that these threats were directed by anyone that is in the YSL indictment.
But people sympathetic, potentially, or affiliated?
I would say that people that are very sympathetic, maybe admirers of YSL and connected to them in some sense.
There's one particular suspect who has provided instructions about how people who want to get you can use publicly available information to find your house.
That's correct, and seems to have information about where my house is actually located.
Has that person commented on the level of security at your house?
Absolutely. I'm very grateful that the City of South Fulton, the Atlanta Police Department, Fulton County PD, and the Fulton County Sheriffs are working collaboratively to make sure that they're all informed and to make sure that they are all taking a part in my security, as well as my dignitary team that is here from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. There does seem to be some indication that possibly my movements have been surveilled.
Ms. Willis says hostile communications have ramped up too from seeming Donald Trump supporters after the announcement of a special grand jury looking into certain events connected to the most recent presidential election in Georgia.
Oh, it is definitely a significant driver of the heightened security. People are angry about that investigation. People are angry about investigations into gangs. And so each of those things plays a factor in my heightened security.
Now, Ms. Willis indicated there's no evidence that former President Trump posted any violent social media threats against her. She says her day-to-day life has been dramatically altered, that she does less with friends and family for fear they could be caught in harm's way because of her. Reporting live at the Fulton County DA's office, Mark Winning, Channel 2 Action News.
Adds another level of concern 24 hours a day. Mark, thank you.
The only person who ever came out on social media that you are actively against is Trump. That's it. Nobody else. Doug ain't say nothing from his own personal account. Gunna ain't say nothing from his own personal account. I'm sure if y'all got he could snitch on you right now, he would. That ain't on his personal account. None of that. So I'm curious as to what's really going on here. Possibly because the case is weak. Do y'all realize part of Gunna and Young Thug's indictment is lyrics? But don't take my word for it. No. Listen to Mr. Adams and how he makes his case to the judge, which was a fine case, and went over everybody's head. But not this big-ass dome right here. No, not this big head right here. Watch this here.
And the prosecutor, I noticed, read or paraphrased some words in Act 9. All I ever wanted was the money. And then moved on to put him in a wheelchair, taking it totally out of context. This is a song. And the dangerous thing about where we are with them believing that they can pick and choose song lyrics or portions of song lyrics is that they don't know what they're talking about, but they're putting it in here as though it's fact. They could not tell you, I guarantee, who wrote the song, who was actually singing a particular lyric in this song, or what the song is referencing. And that's what's dangerous. And I know at some point we're going to be arguing about whether these song lyrics go to anything specific in the indictment. But Judge, I would just ask you to take a look at what's been proffered or what's been presented to you. Act 9. Read just like Elmo, but I never effing giggle. Well, what does that mean? And what does the next line mean? You know, what is that? Is that referencing something specific, a specific count of the indictment? They can't tell you that. And it's taken out of context. You know, last week when we had a bond hearing, Bob Rubin represented one of the other individuals, said something that I thought, as a 56-year-old person who grew up in Brooklyn with rap music and all of that, thought was particularly insightful. He said, Judge, you know, it seems kind of bizarre, you know, some 50-something-year-old white guy is trying to tell you what, you know, someone who's a rapper means in a particular song. And I don't mean to suggest that that some people have greater sensibilities about rap music than others, right? But what I am suggesting is that it is somewhat disingenuous to simply quote portions of song lyrics when you don't really know what they are, and to take them out of context, and to not know who wrote the song or who's actually singing the song. Because I can tell you, I've poured through this indictment, and I know for a fact that there are some of these lyrics that are quoted or attributed to Jeffrey Williams that were not written by him, and that were not sung by him. But when do we find that out? In the middle of trial? After they've stood up here and try to convince you that you ought to use these lyrics as incendiary as they sound to deny him bond, and then 8, 9, 10 months later, oh, that wasn't Jeffrey Williams. And that's why it's so dangerous to have the state. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them. I was going to, but I'm not going to because I'm mindful of the time. But I think the court gets my point.
You're using that to eventually say that somebody else in the YSL gang, it's because it's going to turn around. It's going to do a 180. You know, I say 360, that's a full, you know, but that's a full circle. 180, by the way. Just wanted to correct y'all. It's going to do a 180. Eventually, the threats is going to be credible threats from known associates in YSL because of the cell phone stuff and everything like that. I guarantee you it's coming down the pipeline. Why? Because the case is weak. Remember, Thug basically had some charges against him with this and everything like that, but he got amped up damn near 28 more charges after they hit his house. So now it don't even matter about the YSL case. I think a lot of people forgot that part. Thug is still facing stuff even though. And it's amazing because these are the things that nobody pays attention to. Thug isn't done even if he beats this RICO case. That's why, more than likely, Young Thug is going to plead out. I hate to say that to y'all, but bruh, this is a cop-out plea arrangement for Young Thug. With the amounts of evidence that they just copped from his house when they raided his house and everything like that, with all that was done, that's really what it is. Because that indictment was BS. Basically, you can literally say 2 crimes. Doesn't matter if they felonies or misdemeanors. 2 crimes and being known for whatever gang. Do y'all realize that fraternities are gangs? That sororities are gangs too, technically? Motorcycle clubs, car clubs. Hell, the red hatters, the old school ladies that go to church, that's a gang. Even churches are gangs. Synagogues are gangs. Mosques are gangs. Mass is gangs. You catch my drift yet? I'm glad you fine. Make sure you subscribe, turn on that bell to stay notified. If you don't, then you don't. But we are 6K away from 100,000 subs. We will be doing a special live, just bringing people on and everything like that. You can talk about your favorite moments that you didn't like. And, let me know why you're rocking with the channel. Let me know why you're not rocking with the channel. But we ain't buying no subscribers over here. Y'all expect me to keep it real? Because you know that I will. I do this daily, baby. Check out the Nightly Nash podcast. Also, Street and Music Steady Nash if you have not. It's on all streaming platforms. Guaranteed you're going to find something you like. Probably like that overly thugging freestyle. Or maybe something different. Let me know in the comments. We possibly shoot that music video.